All right, the views expressed on this channel are my own, and the amount of speculation or extrapolation I do is all based on things that I read and see, obviously not in your mainstream corporate mockingbird media. So hospital systems are failing. Let's just put it out there. Hospitals are failing. They're unable to deal with something that they used to deal with relative ease. This isn't any more difficult to deal with. They're all following a flow chart. They're following protocols that are sent down from Central Command, otherwise known as the CDC. And it's a one size fits all approach. There is no individual attention. There's no individual care. People don't seem to care about one's medical history. It's basically a conveyor belt, which at the end of it typically means that that person isn't going to survive. They're not going to make it. You've got doctors saying, well, when this patient came in, I knew that they weren't going to make it. And what also is becoming apparent is that alternative medications for dealing with this problem are now becoming very hard to get. What's going to happen is the CDC is going to ban or outlaw these medications as time goes on, because they say you're not a horse, you're not a cow, so therefore this isn't for you, even though many of these alternatives have been used for decades to treat various things. And in the old days, when you could repurpose medicine, right, and use it for something else and have great success with it, you would want to share that with everybody. But today, you don't want to share it with everybody. You want to cancel it. I mean, canceling people and canceling opinions is one thing, but canceling life-saving treatments show a new level of demonic activity. And more people, whether they're religious or not, are starting to think these people are demons. They're demons. They're doing the work of the devil. They're doing the work of Satan. Now, you may not like those concepts, and that may not feel comfortable for you. That's not how you talk. All right, well, it's good versus evil. It's pure evil that is destroying hospitals across this country. And it has to be motivated by a financial incentive. And I don't have the documents, and I can't find, like the paper trail, but there has to be some reward for going through the flow chart and having the patient come out at the other end either intubated or no longer breathing. There has to be some type of an incentive there for these hospital systems. And the fact that doctors are going along with it shows me that the medical profession no longer cares about the Hippocratic Oath, and that the system that was set up by the Carnegies and the Rockefellers like 100 years ago, here we are 100 years later, taken to its natural conclusion. You can go back in time and look at how holistic medicine was really, the thing as far as what people trusted. And then Carnegie and Rockefeller came in and turned it upside down. And it became all about petroleum-based products and laboratory, generated and synthetic generated medications, which quite honestly is where we're at today. And much like the big military industrial complex, there is the big pharmaceutical industrial complex that if you turn on any mainstream television show, newscast, it's going to be sponsored in part by some drug that is supposed to make you well, but has a multitude of side effects. I mean, what are we doing? And we're just trusting this, and people don't care. Part of the reason we're trusting it is because it's been around for so long that everybody reacts the same way when you show some skepticism, and they say, well, why would they tell us this if it weren't true? And I have an old friend who posted on like LinkedIn, basically said, I don't know what's in this stuff, but I trust the doctors. Let me repeat that again. I don't know what's in this stuff, but I trust the doctors. And he's got at least one obvious comorbidity. As I look at him, I can tell he's got at least one comorbidity, and yet he's going to just trust the doctors and not care about the ingredients. We are in perilous times where information which is being kept from human beings could mean that their life ends, and ends quickly and ends abruptly. Or they think everything's fine for now, but say, let's wait 6 months, let's wait a year, let's wait 2 years. Dr. Zelenko says about 3 to 5 years, you're going to see some things of like biblical and epic proportions that you've never seen in the history of humanity, at least in the modern age. You may have seen plagues and droughts and famines and different things, thousands of years ago that we weren't witness to, and we don't have an actual record of, other than maybe some oral history that was passed down. But we're in the information age, and imagine seeing this, much like what happened on 9/11, in real time every single day. And these are the people that are following the science, supposedly following the science. And those are the people that are trusting in all these people that have been absolutely wrong for the past 18 months and who are constantly moving goalposts. Well, it doesn't prevent you from getting sick, but you could be more sick. Okay, that's a failure. That means this has failed. All right. If that's all they've got. And by the way, again, I have reported on this a couple of times. WHDH up in Boston, they did this article back in, I think it was late July, where there were 80 people who had been, double the thing, have done the thing and done it twice, like they're supposed to, and they're no longer above ground. And anyone who thinks that, and look at Israel, where 60%, 60 of all their hospitalizations are from people who've done the thing. All right. So I know it's supposed to prevent, more severe illness, but overall, this doesn't appear to be doing any good. And anyone who looks at this and says, oh, well, you're just cherry picking data. No, actually, I'm not. I'm looking objectively. Yeah. Are the people who aren't doing the thing, are they going to the hospital? Yes, absolutely. Is it possible that those people who last year didn't have this issue are now having problems because all the people around them, or some of the people around them, decided that they needed to do the thing, and now they're transmitting their own version of the other thing? Sorry to be using all of it. You can follow this. It's not difficult. But they're doing the transmitting of the new synthetic version of the thing, which will definitely trigger tests. And, especially that PCR test, that'll get triggered. And then imagine catching something from someone else that's a foreign biological agent, a weaponized foreign biological agent. Now, do I know this for sure? No. But again, follow this for a moment. Last year at this time, we were beginning to ramp up again, and they were warning us all summer last year. Oh, another wave is coming. Another wave is coming. And in the fall, another wave hit. Now, that wave in the fall is nothing like the wave that we experienced starting in the middle of the summer, which traditionally is not a time when you would have a ramped up version of this. It would be declining during the summer months because of increased exposure to vitamin D, people outside getting fresh air. But see, here's another caveat to that. people are still afraid. They wear the face diapers in their car, walking down the street, all alone in various circumstances with no people around them, outdoors. So all I can tell you, folks, is that the entire protocol from start to finish, and now we're at the finishing stages where people are being put into the hospital. Do yourself a favor. If you can stay out of a hospital for any reason right now, please, even if you're going for something else, they're going to test you for this. And if you test positive, then they're going to freak out and they're going to start their protocol program, which may put you on a ventilator at some point. And that's just blowing out lungs all over the place. Your body is not meant to be vented, and especially vented for long periods of time. And if people don't wake up to this, this is going to make some of the things that those crazy foreign governments did, those totalitarian regimes, some of the things that they've done, it's going to make that look like child's play. You're talking about billions of people, billions. Anyway, I wish I could do a video about, you know, like the difference between, I don't know, free market capitalism or free market healthcare versus, you know, government-run healthcare or something like that. By the way, one of the problems I have right now with government-run anything, look out your window, look out at the fear, look out at the strings attached to everything. Look at the fact that we've got authoritarians now at the gate, and they're telling you, they're telegraphing to you what their next move is. So I can't trust anything that's administered by some central authority right now. I cannot, no way, no way. So if you want better healthcare, you better figure out some kind of private co-op with some other people, or pay your doctor in cash, or do something. Find someone that is off the grid that can help you. And if you don't have the money, payment plan, I don't know. There's some other method that we need to employ privately with no strings, no tracking, because again, all your data, imagine if next thing you sign up for, they're going to require all of your data, and it won't even be an issue that's pertinent to what you're signing up for. It's a violation of your Fourth Amendment rights, and it's happening over and over again. And there's nobody in Congress who is really addressing it. Thomas Massie is probably the loudest voice in Congress right now, and he's a good guy. He's a good guy. I like him a lot. And yeah, he's libertarian leaning, but at least he's awake. There are other people, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz. They're more the traditional kind of Donald Trump proteges, but I think they're a stronger strain of that whole America First thing, which is good. We need people who want to hold the system accountable. Everybody on the left right now wants more of the system. They don't want less of the system. They want more of it. And that's how you know you need to stay away from those types of people. And you might want to stay away from the hospital as well. So anyway, that's my video. Sorry for the stuttering. There's a lot on my brain, and it's hard to coordinate my brain with my mouth.